What's good, Bully World? This is Zeb, your host of Bully Talk with Zeb Pitts. Today we're gonna be talking about bullies. I know y'all used to be talking about boxing on here, man, but I got to bring it back to the old days. Bringing with the Bully Talk back. Special guest is Jeff, Unified Bullies. What's good, big dog?
What's going on, Zeb? How you been?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Let's take it back for the people, man. When did you first actually get started dealing with the American bullies?
Oh man. As soon as I got out of the military, back in I got out 2015, so I actually started doing it 2014 with the bullies. Uh, what got me all excited about the bullies? Me and my brother have been doing research, and we spot Dax as one of the those wow factor type dogs, and we never seen a kind of dog that um, in this kind of breed. So we did more digging and whatnot. So from there we started getting interested in it, and from there on here we are.
Speaking on that, man, what area are you from so people realize where you first saw the American bully?
Man, I was in North Dakota when I first started. It was a freezing location. Like I said, that was my last base that before I started actually having dogs, and started raising them there. And when I started buying dogs and trying to get familiarized with the breed, I started moving. So a lot of movement, pretty much.
Do you remember your first bully and what was the experience like when you first got a bully?
When I first got a bully, just like any beginner that gets into the game, we just dove into this into the breed, and of course, everybody who says that has a Dax line blood, you jump on it, right? As a you see a dog as a puppy, yada yada, how it looks, um, and we purchased a dog. He was Dax line, but he didn't come out like a Dax. That's what So I mean, that's one of those first mistakes that you do when you're a breeder, when you first starting in the game. Uh, you start buying dogs and you start to realize, oh man, this is not what we want. So you just keep, you keep moving on. You end up having dogs. Pets end up becoming pets, and then as time went on, I mean, I ended up within the next couple of years, I ended up joining the group called Unified, and I started off with DJ, who is located in San Jose. He got me started off with one of the wow factors, and his name was Uso. It was Uso's son, the father of Uso. So he was a Miyagi Dax line, and man, from there we just pushed forward from there. Went to shows, and started getting known with exotic wow factor extreme dogs. The short ones too.
For those out there who are thinking about getting a bully, man, talk about I guess, what it takes to get that wow factor dog and the mistakes that you made when you first got a bully, because it can be very expensive, man, to have these dogs that turn out to be like you said, pet quality. So how would people look for that wow factor dog?
I guess to me, when if I could start over as a beginner, I think you have to understand the blood, the bloodline of what you're going to have in your yard. You get the gaudy line, you got the freakish dogs that like Miyagi. You really got to look into the pedigree. A lot of people say it's about the pedigree, but that's where you start. Um, I didn't know that the females were the strong carriers in the breed. So we focus on the males and we look at the males and we're like, wow, and we oversee the female. And when you look at the female, the moms, they're not even close to what you think your puppy that you're gonna expect them to look like. So from there, I mean, we all we did was look at females. How's the mom look? If the mom doesn't meet the standards of your vision, Okay, because everybody has their own vision. So you really can't you can't downplay anybody's what they like. So we looked at the females, and from there, I mean, the females are the number one uh, things that you need to look at. I mean, the mom, who's the producer, and then you see the stud. With that combined, you're gonna get something what you like or even more. That was our first mistake is not looking at the pedigrees, the mother, and then from there on to the parents. And how the mom produces too. There is a lot of females out there that produce or are just barely producing. You end up getting a litter that she just first dropped. You really got to look back in her parents' breeding, like her mom. So it goes back to back. So it's a lot of research. And I didn't know it took that much. It took us a lot of years just to realize, hey, this is what we finally want, but a lot of money spent. A lot of money spent. A lot of disappointments, a lot of money spent. So hey, you learn, you win some, you lose some.
When did you first realize who was your first wow factor dog, you would say?
Oh man, I think it was Uso. It was Us at first. Us was my first wow factor dog, and then it came after that was Tyson. Tyson was my main man. He was the one. When I got him, he was the guy, the dog that I've never thought I would ever have. I mean, that's, to me, that was a wow factor. First, to kind of explain to me and my way, and how I explain what a wow factor is. First time you see a dog and it just makes your eyes, you're like, holy cow, this is a dog, or what is this?
Oh,
It's the
God,
first thing on your mind. Yeah, you're like, what the heck is that? So that's those are the feelings that you get when you see a wow factor dog. So that, yeah, Tyson was my first wow factor.
What was it like taking them out to the shows, man?
He was, I mean, Tyson is not a show ring dog. He's not a perfect dog.
No. You know how when people come to see the dogs at the booths and everything, and when they see when them coming through the door.
Oh man, once I get into the door of a show, it's like everybody just stops. We call him the showstopper, because when he come in the show, it's like slow motion. Everybody starts looking and they're like, who is that? That's the reaction. Who is that? So, but before you even get to your booth, you've got you've been stopped by so many people, so you've been stacking. By the time you get to the booth, you're already worn out. Your back is already broke and you're already worn out. So yeah, it's, you get stopped a lot, in the front door before you even get in.
Now, does he have the Dax blood in him?
Yes, he does. He does. His mom, Black Widow, is off of Impact, and then Impact is off of Phenom, and from there, this is the Dax on his mom's side, and then his father's side is the Miyagi side of it. So he was bred the Miyagi son, which was it was owned from Johnny. I already forgot his dad's name. But his father is a Miyagi son, and from there he pretty much the blood just clicked. They both clicked. It's just kind of amazing how this dog looks compared to normal dogs, because it's just a mix of Miyagi and Dax, and it just produced that wow, that wow factor look.
Was that the best combination for you, with the mix of the Dax Miyagi?
Yes, it was. It in any breeding, it's like if you really want to add that wow, it's like you almost always have to add the Miyagi into the blood. It seems like it it just changes the whole genetics of everything, of how the dogs come out.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Ed Shepherd?
Yes, I have.
What was that experience like meeting Ed?
uh, you know, when I first was doing my research, I didn't just sit and just sit behind the computer. I actually flew when I had family in California. I flew down to California and actually visited Ed. And Ed always told me, when I got there, he's like, the first thing that people come to see is either Disneyland or they come to see me. That's what Ed always told me. And I always laugh, and then he'll express how Dax is complete. When I saw Dax, it was just amazing. And how Ed was explaining to me how what his vision is, and it motivated me a lot. From there, so he's one of those kind of mentors when you first get into the bully game. And he, like I said, down to earth guy, and he was open to help you out in any way.
Would you say Dax is the most influential bully as far as taking the American Bully to the next level as far as looks?
Yes.
As compared,
yes.
You know how it was in the beginning when you had like the Juan Gottis of the world. It was a different look, but then when Dax came upon the scene, it just took it to the next level with the bulliness, the girth, the neck.
Yeah, it was the when he showed, like I said, when we were watching Dax on YouTube's and whatnot. When we seen him, everybody was talking about pocket pits. I'm like, what is a pocket pit? What the heck is that? Of course, back then it was not even called bullies, right? It was a pit bull, miniature pit bull or something. They would name them every little different kind of name, but I'd never heard of a pocket pit. So that really that sparked my curiosity. So seeing him in person, I thought he was like a bullfrog, short dog with a big head,
When you went to go visit Ed, did he have other dogs that caught your eye when you was out there?
Well, he took a tour of his yard, and I seen a few, and the ones that I saw was Primo. Primo was what he called exotic, or he was what Miyagi, and a Dax. So that was my first time ever seeing that mix, that kind of mix. So when I seen him, I was wow, that's a crazy looking dog, and he was just wide. Like I'd never seen like a dog like that, So Dax like, yeah, Ed was like, yeah, he's another one, but he promoted him, but not so much. But I liked him, To me, I was just like, I'm gonna get something like that, in my mind.
Did Ed even like Primo?
He liked Primo. I thought he liked him, but I don't think he liked him enough, because the fact that he had certain flaws, and Ed was there to produce something in a whole package, a better package of a dog, But he was a wow factor, But I think he was more in love with Dax's look, That was his goal, was to produce dogs with that bully look, That's, to me, is where I thought the bully came from, was that kind of look, But Primo, he liked him, but I didn't think he was, he didn't like him as much. I think it's the taste of the person that,
Yeah. I gotta ask you, Jeff, man, what is it like being a part of Unified Bullies, and who actually got that started?
Well, the first time, we'll go back a little bit. The first time my kennel was called the Boss Kennels, the Boss, Bully Op Squad is what me and my brother called it, and it sounded good because we were in the military, so the mentality was military. We're gonna make this a military mentality. But then we ended up meeting DJ. DJ was the founder of Unified Bullies. With the Unified, he had they had a music label, rapping. They had a group, but he was the actual guy that carried the dogs. So he came around. He hit me up and my brother, and we kind of we talked amongst each other. He gave us tips and stuff, and then he's like, hey, and we ended up liking his dog, which was Oos. Oos was the Uso son, and he's like, yeah, did you, we're interested. We wanna get this dog, So he's like, yeah, come on, come see him and whatnot. So to make the long story short, we ended up, he said, hey, come jump in with the Unified Bullies. I mean, we're pretty much, established. The Philippines knew them. A lot of people knew him because of the that one video with three dogs holding on a toy, and they were just playing with it, and it made a lot of noise through the social media back then. So we were like, yeah, we'll jump in, and from then on, it's been a hustle ever since.
I was going to ask, because a lot of groups you see, they break up over time. How do y'all stay together?
Loyalty, you got to be transparent, really. I mean, you can't please everybody in this game. Back then, it was more, a lot of people are still getting into it. A lot of people were not seeing the value of these dogs, So once I believe the value came in, I think that caused a lot of separation within groups. For me, it's just, just like how everything goes, you just got to be trustworthy, respect your group, respect yourselves, do what you both like to do. At the end of the day, it's all about the love for the dogs. If you're in it for the money, then it's gonna be a rough road. The money will come, the investments will come, but friends will come. But it's you really got to make your I guess you could say you got to focus on what matters to you. If friends matters to you, then that's what you got to stick with. But if it's not about friendship, then that's gonna go out the window quick.
Speaking of shows, Jeff, man, what's one of the most memorable your experiences that you had going to a show?
Geez, there's quite a few. I remember the one with us. Well, when we went to Kentucky with the Nationals. Kind of weird. Everybody's always wondering, man, you're taking a dog like that to a national show with all these correct, beautiful dogs, and you end up taking them there. But the one that is memorable is the OKC show. And when Tyson won his first show, that was memorable. I went against beautiful dogs. That's where I met a lot of folks. With the ABR. So he won his first show at the ABR in Oklahoma.
Just thinking about what you have now on your yard. Who is Doja or Bulldozer off of?
Oh man, he's off of Rain. He's off of Rain, Tyson's daughter, and Braza, Eway's son. So the combination. That's a combination that I think it clicks really well. So I stuck with it.
That boy is a monster, man. I know people got to be asking a lot about him.
Oh yeah. I posted him. I posted him. Just like the norm. Everybody just seeing a dog. But I said, you know what? Every video that I do, I like to compare the size comparison. It always gets everyone. Because you can see, what you and the dog, how big the dog actually is, because you can't really stack next to a dog, so it's just a comparison. So I carried him. I took a video and I said, oh, here's Dozer, and wow, how many people just hit me up on that alone. And from then on, he's just been spreading the social media.
But well, speaking of Bulldozer, man, who would you love to stack that boy up with just to get a comparison?
Oh man, geez, it's hard to say. Because he's like one of those dogs that are in his own little group, you know. Um, but I would stack him with anybody, you know. Like me, I take Tyson. I stack him to everybody. You know, it don't matter big or tall, short, short or big. I'll do it. But yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Friendly stack offs to me is always a great time.
How important is branding in your opinion, as far as with the bullies these days?
Well, the branding.
What I mean by that is like you see so much now. Like for example, what you see with OG China Boy, how he got branded, all these different platforms and whatnot. How important is branding to getting the best of the best bullies out there?
It's important. I think it's very important because once it's just like I said, like how you say it is branding. Once you burn that into stone or into hot leather or whatever onto anything, it's forever. You got to carry that with pride. Branding is just it can't. You got to look at it not like a hype thing. Once it's a hype, it'll go away. You got to make it consistent. OG China Boy, him coming from China, and then Eddie representing him, he's done well. Those are the things that we've been doing for many years, and when you promote well, it sticks. That's all that it's all about. It's all about promotion, how you carry your product. You got to, there's a lot of people out there that are negative on so many levels. You can't make them happy. You can't make everyone happy, but believe in what you believe in, your vision, and stick with it. Because no matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody that's going to say something wrong about your branding, about the things that you produce. But you just have to stand by it. That's branding is very important. Yep.
How can the shows get better in your opinion to bring out the general public?
Man,
right now it seems like it's just us in our own little world. It's like, but you got to have the next group coming in order for this to continue to grow.
I think it's more, like I was telling you, you can't make everybody happy. I guess you just got to take a chance. It's more, promotional types of things. Taking them out to, the mall, places to go like parks and whatnot. It's just like showing off the dogs. It's really hard. I guess because the breed is so young. But it's slowly growing. Examples, of course, like the ABKC. You got a lot of folks there with beautiful dogs. They're starting to get on like dog foods. Those kind of things. Music videos. We see a couple bullies in the music videos. So I guess things like that are the things that that will help promote, to the public. Because since it's such a young breed, we're still getting new people coming in.
Now, what does customers normally ask when they reach out to a pup from you?
Do you have any pups from Tyson? That's the first thing.
That boy is what do Tyson pups normally go for? By the way, because it's kind of funny because by me being into boxing, I was surprised how many boxers are into the bullies, man. It's like I show them the different ones. They be like, where is this at? Where is this at? So it's interesting to cover boxing and see how much they into the bullies also as well.
Yeah,
they just don't know where to go.
of course, social media is always the best way to start, or word of mouth, Instagram, YouTube, there's a lot of ways to promote, but you throughout the years, you end up building your own followers, followers that, they look at your dogs, they're like, hey, I mean, how much is your dog, or how much is your pup? And you end up telling me, a couple thousands, and then they're like, wow, that's a lot for a dog, right? So, I mean, if you want to get something with the next level, you got to pay, you got to pay to play. They always say that, right? I did that too. So it's not like, it was just given to me, we ended up paying, for our own dogs, so it doesn't bother you when you tell them the price, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you give them something that's worth that money, you know. So, but they'll come at me and they'll ask me, hey, you got anything off of your Tyson? Or how's the mom? So you get a lot of questions, and throughout the year you get used to it. You just know what
Well,
to tell them. When they call you and they ask you.
Are you talking about a lot of window shoppers?
Yeah, a lot of window shoppers, but again, these are potential customers. You can't, you can't blow them off. I'm not, to me, I'm not that kind of person that will just blow you off. I'll give you my time, and let you know what kind of product, I have, and I'll tell you that, I try to be transparent as much as I can with you, about the dogs, so they'll ask a lot of questions, but yeah, hey, that's mainly, what they ask.
Hey, Jeff, I see the shirt that you got on. Talk about the shirt that you got on right now, the hoodie.
Oh, this is from Mike, Almosara Bullies, representing him. This is his branding, Almosara Bullies. So this is what Michael, who used to own one of the big top name dogs, but the shirt under this,
Oh man,
right there, and that was designed by a special friend, and I know you know who he is, Sam Abelar. He created that. He produced.
Jeff.
He did my design. So.
Did I lose you, Jeff?
Oh yeah, you hear me? Hey Zeb, you there?
I think I lost Jeff. Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Did Sam do the design right? Sam did the
Yep.
design right.
Yep, Sam Abelar did my design.
Design.
You there, Zeb?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Now, I was saying Sam is the man when it comes to the designs in the bully world.
Oh yes, he's a great artist. You give him what you think you envision, and then he puts that thing on a computer.
Man, I just gave him a vision, and then he put that one together with like kind of like an image of myself with the exotic bully. I was like, God damn, I wasn't expecting that.
It's great. Every time he does something for me, for the bullies, for Tyson, for my dogs, for Dom and Dozer, he draws them all, so it's amazing. I wish I had that kind of skill,
Man, I know he constantly, I know he stays busy, man, because he's doing it for everybody in the bully world. Matter of fact, I think he did a couple of boxes as well, because they was asking me who did my stuff. I said, my man Sam over in the Philippines. He said, what, the Philippines? so a couple of boxers reached out to him, and they got some work done by him. But he does phenomenal work, though.
Oh, he does great work. It's undeniable when he does stuff. I always tell him, are you still busy? He said, yeah, I'm still trying to catch up.
Now, Jeff, are you also into the exotics also as well? Like with the, for example, like the bait blood and things of that nature?
Oh man, I'm into them because I like how their character is. I mean, with the exotics, me, it's I'm into the extreme short pocket type dogs that with muscle, but then you end up coming to see these exotics, and you're like, man, I mean, I'm into the ones that actually look like with the not too bulldogish look, but just the actual like like babe kind of and the Miyagi, the Yagi looks, those interest me because they're fascinating to look at.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's glad I'm glad to see that people have different visions because I think about Nico's when he first talked about the Merles, the muscle Merles, and doing that whole thing when it was very unpopular at the time when he did it like 4 years ago, to where you see now everybody's got the Merles
Every,
into. So it's interesting because I'm actually going to his yard next weekend to check things out over there,
oh,
and
awesome.
he's combining the look of the muscle tone dogs that Bashar has and blended it in with the Merles to make his own unique look.
Oh, wow, nice. It's all about vision. That's all I say. It's all about vision. Everything that you want to put on a dog and a little dog, you guys got to work and do the chemistry right, for it to come out with that wow factor. Look, it's hard to get that wow factor on a small frame, so it's kind of interesting. But I have Kilobit. Kilobit is my micro Tyson son. Everybody's like, how did you get that dog that small? And I was like, well, I got a daughter off of this mascot son. Her name was Jiggles, and I bred her to Tyson, and we've created these little micros. I mean, they're smaller than the normal dogs I'm used to, but with muscle.
Dang! All right, Jeff, man, where your dogs at, man, so we can check them out.
They're right here. Let me see if I can turn this thing around. This is Dom. Let me put this on here so.
Who's that, Jeff?
This is Sir Dom.
Oh, that's Sir Dom right there.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
This is Sir Dom.
I don't know why. It's starting to freeze up now. I don't know why.
This is Dozer.
There go that boy.
Can you see him?
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, go out and come back in. I think that might help it. Go out and come back in.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna have Jeff in a minute. He's gonna go out and come back in because I want to get a proper look on Sir Dom and Bulldozer, man. He got some monsters over there. So I definitely want the people to check him out. Oh, what's good, Scrappy? Bull Massive and Japanese Akita. Well, I'm into the bullies, man. I'm into the bullies. Bull Massive or Japanese Akita. I don't know why. I gotta point you in the right direction for that. But I just hold on. I gotta bring my man Jeff back on now.
All right, Jeff. You see me?
All right, here I go. Yeah, you back good. All right, I'm putting you on the solo so you can be able to the people can see.
Oh, baby. Nobody.
So the one in the front is Sir Dom.
Yeah, this is Sir Dom. He likes to be in the front, and then this is Dozer.
Woo, look at that boy, Dozer, man.
Look at this. Yep. Come on. Stand up.
What's the head on Doja?
He's about 25 inches.
Man, he beautiful, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Wasn't that? I saw a video. You had a little exotic too, didn't you?
Oh, Kilobit?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's who it was. Kilobit.
Yeah, that's Kilobit. Yep, that's a Tyson son. Yeah, these are boys. Come on. Yeah, babe. There you go.
Yeah, he looking good, man. Now, who is Sir Dom off of?
He's off of Phoenix, Heatwave daughter, and Tyson.
Yeah, I love that color on him.
Yeah, he's beautiful in person. He's got a lot of that Heatwave feature too, but then of course he's got that Miyagi in him too, with the girth and just the way he is compact, you know.
Now where is Kilobit?
Kilobit, give me a second. I'll let me go grab him real quick.
All right, man. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, man. Checking out the bullies. This is another passion that I have of mine besides the boxing. Love the bully. I was doing that before I got started with the boxing, so definitely glad to be back involved with that. So now we get to check out some bullies. A lot of boxers into bullies, which I'm not surprised, man. They're beautiful dogs. So this way, has a chance they'll get to see some of the best when they coming on through my channel. Yeah, this
all right,
one.
Zeb. This is Kilobit.
That's it. How old is Kilobit right now?
He's about a year old now.
And not growing anymore. That's crazy. That's insane, man.
So this is a Tyson son right here, off of the mascot daughter, Jiggles. You can actually see his size comparison compared to the other guys.
Now, was that whole litter came out micro like that?
Just two of them. His
Okay.
sister and okay, I got it all up in there. Up. Here, let me do this.
You can definitely see the comparison to how small he is.
You see that, Zeb?
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, have you gotten offers on Kilobit?
Yeah, I have a lot. A lot. Had quite a few offers off of him. Got folks from like Europe, China. I just said, nah, I don't think I'm gonna let him go yet, you know. So
when are you breeding him?
he has a couple of females in line right now, but I haven't really promoted him too much because it's been a hectic day, hectic month, almost a year. But yeah, he's got like a couple that want to breed some. It's just weird how how days and how things are going right now. So, but that's
Hey Jeff, what's the magic number to come up off of him?
Oh man, jeez, yeah. One of the guys offered me, I think the time was like, first it started off at 15 G's and then it went up to like 20. And I told him, I said, kind of hold off on that. I mean, I don't want to let them go yet, you know. And you get those crazy offers, but after a while, you know, you get used to those offers, and you know, after a while, that number goes away, you know.
Yeah, you know, how hard is it, like you were saying earlier, to promote different studs?
It's it's a challenge. If you, especially if you start building on studs, as of now, I don't have too many females because been busy with the studs. I've been wanting to produce a nice looking female type so I can breed to these other males, but it's hard to uh, promote, because you don't know. There's a lot of different tastes of how people like these dogs, So some people like Dozer, some people like Sir Dom because his color and he's a little bit more cleaner, And then Dozer's just the wow factor tool, Tyson, Everyone always asks you about feet, back, rear, all like uh how good how level is his back, those kind of things. So you got like different studs to choose from. So you kind of give them, hey, I got one here you might like. So it could be good, it could be bad, but it's something that you give options, like an option. They can go shop.
Jeff, how often do you drop litters?
Right now, I don't have too many like in house, but from other people, yeah, they've been dropping. But probably come next year, I'll start breeding again. Litters for now, it's just more like maybe one or two litters in a year. Since the COVID hit, so it's been kind of difficult.
How important is you to keep the blood exclusive? The reason I asked that, I was with Big Kev of the Lounge, and he really doesn't sell his blood at
Yeah,
all, man. It's if you get a dog from him, it's that's a big huge shocker, man, because he don't let dogs go.
yeah, definitely. I totally understand that. Well, to keep a blood exclusive, to me, is I guess it's more like um, the branding. Again, if your dog doesn't produce, your stud doesn't produce, you will not see your branding, I guess you could say. So sometimes most of the time, it's always best to breed to a female that that can produce that look, that will keep it consistent. Because if not, you just basically breed them to any female, hit or miss. Maybe you will get that look, maybe you won't. But the majority of the time, ever since I bred Tyson to so many females, I bred him to Miyagi's, Course Blood, the Gotti line, Razor's Edge, and they all come out with that big look. It's short, small, big, tall. They're big, big heads, big bone. They may be tall, but they got that wow factor look. It's in the blood. When your stud can produce something, is comes out of litter. And people sometimes tell me, hey, we have a Tyson daughter, we have a Tyson granddaughter, some grandson. So I get all of that. You don't think throughout the years, from breeding, how much it starts to spread. The blood starts to spread, that look starts to spread, and they come out still looking similar. You can tell, hey, that's a Tyson's son. It's kind of, you just see it. You'll see it. But yeah, I mean, it's the being exclusive. It's more like trying to produce in your yard the like of how your dog looks, your stud looks. To me, that's. But of course, Tyson's getting up to age. Dogs don't last forever. They're not. They're not like normal humans. I mean, we these dogs can live up to 10 years or even less. So you got to keep pushing out the next dog on the throne is what they say. The next stud on the throne. Hey Zeb, I think I lost you. Your sound. Should I jump back out? Okay, I'll jump back out. No, I can't. No, no sound. Hello. Give me a second. Okay. No.